Hey, what is going on? It's Styler here, and in this video I will review the Elephone P7000 Pioneer, a smartphone with Android 5 Lollipop out of the box and some very good specifications to an affordable price. So now let us have a look at the phone design. So what we see here on the front, we have the 5.5 inch Full HD IPS display. In the top we have the light and proximity sensor together with the ear speaker. We have a front facing camera on 5 megapixel. You also see below here we have the home button. We will find here the menu and back, but these have no kind of backlight. Only the home button will light up, but it will support different colors, RGB colors, so that's also a nice thing. We see here the microphone here. And below we have something that looks like stereo speakers, but actually the sound will only come out from the right side here. So I think they just made it on both sides because of the design. And you also notice that we have here a very nice metal frame. Looks really good. We have here the volume rocker. So here in the top you find the micro USB port together with the 3.5mm headphone jack. On this side we just have the power button. On the back we find a 13 megapixel Sony camera, and this one should use the IMX sensor. We have here a LED flash, and this one here is pretty strong. We have here support for press touch ID, so this is a fingerprint scanner where you just have to press your finger. We also see below here the Elephone logo here in silver. And now to the back side. So just pulled off the back cover here. Okay, and you also see here it's a dual SIM phone. We have SIM 1 here, normal SIM, and SIM 2 here. This is for micro SIM. They also support TF cards. Let's see here, we have the big battery, and this one here should be on 3450 mAh. Okay, so let us now boot up the phone. And what you see here first is the stock Lollipop lock screen, and the phone also support off-screen gestures and double tap to wake. So let me just try double tap, and we can see it works. And you can also swipe up to unlock directly. And here you see the UI in the stock launcher, and I just installed some additional test apps here. But let's just scroll a little bit here in the UI so you can see the speed, and it's very snappy here. And you can see that there is light here in this home button right now in green. Let me just show you here in the settings. Find it here, and you see some settings for the LED light, and now you can see the light here is blue. Okay, so next up let me show you here the Touch ID with the fingerprint scanner. Okay, so let us test it out. First of all I will double tap to wake the screen. Then I will place my finger here on the fingerprint scanner. You can see it's working. Let's try again. And again. So you can see it's really good. Works each time here. Let's also try with another finger. Let me try here with this one here, not learned. So it's not recognized here. Doesn't work with this finger. So let's try with this one here again. Yeah, it's working. Let's have a look on the viewing angles. Let's see here from the bottom of the screen. Very good viewing angle. Here from the side. And from the top. Overall really good. Let's try out the multi-touch test here and let's see. So this is a 5-point multi-touch screen. Next up let us have a look on the reception and the signal here. So you can see the Wi-Fi reception and the network reception is really good. So now let me show you here the LEDs, and I will test this in Light Manager. We see it in blue here, and here we see it in red. Okay, we can also try in green. Let's see with this one here, cyan. Yeah, it's also working. Let me also show you the YouTube app, and with the YouTube app you can actually play in full HD 1080p. Next up, let us have a look inside the camera app. We have here the 13 megapixels. Let's just zoom a little bit here so you can see the quality is really nice. And for camera samples in full resolution, I will of course provide some in the video description, so don't forget to check these out if you want to see the high-res pictures. Again, details. See here the aperture on 2.8. So now I'm going to check out the LED flash. I've turned off the light. So you can see the LED here is actually pretty strong here. We are talking about a single LED. There is no dual LED in this phone here, but the single LED is very bright. Let us now have a look in the settings. Storage, we see here 12.53 gigabyte. We have here the apps. Let's have a look in the RAM usage. So we see total with all my apps installed, it's 1.4 gigabyte used, and we have 1.2 gigabyte free. Totally we have 3 gigabyte of RAM. Let's have a look in about. So here you see the build number. We see it's Android version 5.0, and of course it also supports wireless update OTA. So next let me show you here the flip cover. Let us just try to attach it. Okay, so here you see in digital. Let's try the background. Let's set this to red. Yeah, it's also working. And some info regarding the sound with the earphones. The sound quality is really great with these, with the phone, and also the volume is good and loud. So there are no issues using headphones with this phone here. Let us also try out the USB on the go. Let's check out the pictures on the USB stick here. Very nice. And let me just try here the music player again. So the sound is only coming out of this speaker here, not this one here. Let me try here to hold my finger on it. And now let us try out a test call.
Listen to your messages. Press 1.
So this is the proximity sensor.
Personal options. Press 2. You have 0 new messages, 1 saved messages. To listen to today's messages.
Let's try out the earpiece.
To listen to your new messages, press 2.
Okay, so you can hear the sound here is clear and loud. So now I'm going to run some different test apps and a game. I will turn off for the background music a little, so check it out. So here you see the live GPS test I made outside, and I just recorded this as a small film here so you can see it. And let me change the settings here to metric so we can see it in meters also. And it's going to get a new 3D fix. Okay, and this time we can see only 5 seconds. Again, we see GLONASS and normal satellites. So you can see the accuracy is down to 6 meters right now, but it can drop down to 4 or 5 actually also. So the GPS is average, I would say. Not the best, but also not the worst I have seen. Let's check out the compass. Okay, so let me now tell you about the pros and cons that I have found on this phone. So first to the pros. It has a very fast CPU, a lot of RAM, and overall good for games. The Press Touch ID on the back works excellent, but because it is on the back side, it is a little bit harder to use than on the Elephone P Touch, where it is on the front. It has a very simple classic phone design in acceptable size. It is a little bit smaller than the Elephone P Touch, and I find that to be a good thing. It comes out of the box with Android 5 Lollipop with OTA wireless update support. The battery life is pretty good, and with the Geekbench 3 battery test I got very close to 9 hours on screen time and 4500 in battery score, but it also depends a lot of what firmware you use, as Elephone are constantly trying to optimize this. It has a pretty good camera with Sony IMX sensor, and videos can be recorded in full HD. Pictures and videos are overall in a good quality. So regarding the cons are that it has no kind of smart features or air gestures. Only off-screen gestures seems to be supported. The touch buttons, menu and back have no backlight. There is only light in the home button. The Touch ID scanner is on the back and not so easy to use as if it was placed on the front. The black border in the top and bottom of the screen are thicker than the ones in the sides. That doesn't look nice. It would have looked better if they have kept the same thickness and size. Also, the screen brightness could be a little bit better, but Elephone are currently still working on this, so there may come a future fix for that. I think it's also something to do with that the battery life still have to be good. I actually tried another ROM build from early May, and with the older ROM the screen brightness was actually much better, so it is definitely controlled by the software. That's it for the review. If you have any questions, please comment below, give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks for watching. See ya.